Right, evening guys. I've just finished rolling the last little bit of the pellet that I'm going to be using. Now, this one, I'm actually going to be getting this set to the bailiff. The carpet actually spawning down there at the minute, so he's saying, they're just about to be getting ready to spawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that pellet. And we're going to get some rock salt. And we're going to load it up with rock salt. Now that's going to do two things. It's going to give the bait shelf life, but it's also it's gonna do the cork good while they spawn. Now there's a mix of I think they're about a 5mm, and they're somewhat I've just rolled. 5mm, and then some smaller ones. I think they're about an 8 or a 10mm. Now all they really are is the bloodworm pellet. Now the whole idea behind them is giving them small food items, but without actually filling them up. Even though it's a really high food value, it's a really high food value pellet. This one, it's not like any pellet that's out there. It's boiler pellet. It's actually boiler, but just rolled in a pellet form. Now the rock salt that's in there, it's going to be key to getting them fish in good condition once they finish spawning. So I'm going to take this down to him and I'm going to let him pretty much keep putting it in. By doing that, he's doing me he's getting the bait for himself to fish, but he's also putting the bait in the pond while I'm not going to be down there. I ain't fishing for spawning carp. It's something I don't do, and it's something I'll never do. So in the meantime, I'll more than likely be fishing for either go down on canal and see where them canal carp are at, or because you're allowed to fish our canal during close season. I've asked boathouse keeper and he's no problem with it. But if they do spawn down on canal, I won't fish for them. I don't fish for spawning fish. I never have, and that's just like I've just said. So then it'll be fly rod, and I'll just be on river with fly rod. I've got a load of lobworms today, and I've started a worm ring. Now I've started it with probably about 2,000 worms what I got today, loads of them. So and I come across something today that I've never seen before, and they must have just it's hard to explain. They must have just eggs or whatever they do, worms must have just hatched, because I found a bowl of lobworms like that, a bowl of lobworms. It was as big as that, loads, probably 60 worms in that one bowl, but they were surrounded by absolutely thousands of worms about that, really tiny. So I left them be and just took the pile of worms, and I put them in my own wormery outside now. So I will be using them down on river. If fly fishing becomes a little bit hard, then I will try a worm for brownies. Now it's you might get odd chub pick it up and that, but not where I fish. Not in water I fish. I fish water that's really fast, and it's nearly always brownies that'll take the baits that I put in. You might get odd chub, but not very often. And if I do, I unhook them and they go straight back anyway. But it's most of the time I do pretty well on fly rod, so there's no need to do that trotting bit. Now you will see from them the new I think they're 8mm or 10mm pellets. I've done them more red. Now I did a video yesterday explaining why I've done that. I wanted them, because they've got that much bloodworm in them, I wanted them to almost, they're giving off the attraction of bloodworm with the amount of bloodworm that's in them. So it's the colour factor as well that I needed to really focus on, that colour factor. If they're leaking off bloodworm attraction, bloodworm's red. So if the corpse see a red item that's leaking off bloodworm attraction, then obviously they're going to associate that with bloodworm and they're going to munch on it and start feeding on it, thinking it's natural. It's a silty water, and it's bound to happen. Now, because it's a match venue, I've done something that I don't normally do, but I've done it on this one, and that is paste. Now, I've done some paste. It's beautiful paste as well, this is. It's a bloodworm paste. It's same exact same as that. There's no difference. It's the same paste, but it really is a nice paste, because I've had fish down there before on paste. So, but I've never ever used a bait that's had this much natural attraction in it before. I've used like halibut paste and bread paste and stuff like that, but this is the same stuff as what's in there is in that. So this will be going at bailiff down on a Ecclesfield, and he will be using it. I'll let him use that during matches that he fishes matches, and while he's putting the bait in there, he's doing me a good justice by doing that for me. So this one's for him on Ecclesfield, so we'll get that down to him and see how he goes on. But it really is nice. I'm really happy. It's come out really nice, honest. It's full of goodness. It's just really is. You see that? The amount of bloodworm and stuff in that is unbelievable. Now, there's no black pepper and there's no chilli in this, for the simple reason of he's going to be using it to match fish. Now, if he's using it to match fish, then I didn't want to take the element of him not being able to catch bream. Now, I'm not saying that you're never going to catch a bream on this, because you are going to catch bream on it, but I'm just talking about my results using black pepper and chili flakes last year. Is to have just 5 bream out a treat, and when everyone else is having 5 or 6 a night. There's something in it. I don't care what anyone says. I think Mark Holmes is definitely right on it, and I think also Gary Bear speaks about it a lot, and I think they're right. Definitely, the bream do not like high volumes of black pepper and chili flakes together, for definite. So it's but this one's got none in it, because obviously I want him to catch bream, I want him to catch whatever he can on it. I want it trickling in constantly, just trickling in. Now, there's probably enough here to last a match, I should think. It's really nice, like, now they're not quite, they need air drying. I've just blanked them for you to see there, but they need air drying. They've come out really nice, honest. They'll go lovely. Then when I do something like a size 12, something like that, if you pull fish down, they'd be nice. So we'll see how we go with them. But it's the pellet I'm definitely going to be using down there this year without a doubt. So done well in it everywhere else at fish, so I should do well right on there. So we'll see how we go. Right then, leave you at that, guys. Take later.